Hello, I'm Jodi Ginsberg of Ginsberg Law Offices. Today I want to speak with you about shoulder injuries, in particular rotator cuff, labrum tears, and sometimes we see biceps tendinosis associated with those types of injuries. So if you're out there working and lifting, pulling or pushing, and you feel that searing pain coming through your shoulder or a pop in the shoulder, and ultimately cannot lift your arm even to shoulder length, and certainly have trouble, combing your hair, you may indeed have a tear in the rotator cuff. You may have even problems going down the arm into what they call that Popeye muscle, where it just kind of pops up because there's a tear in there. And so what we find is many times you'll tell your employer about the pain and problems, and of course they'll blow it off in many cases, and eventually you'll say, look, I cannot even comb my hair, I need to see a doctor. I've got pain excuse me, in my shoulder. Sometimes it runs up into your neck. You may wind up having headaches as well, but you know there's something wrong because you cannot use that arm and the shoulder. There are certain times where we see it even having problems going into the hand. So in these situations, we're going to be very, very specific about getting you to a doctor that handles not just a general orthopedist, but a doctor who specifically deals with shoulders, because that is a particular joint, and there are very specific doctors who handle shoulder problems. When we see these issues, we know that folks are going to have some significant downtime in their ability to do their job, especially if your job is one that's physical. And if you're lifting, carrying, pushing, pulling, doing overhead work, even truck driving, it's going to be a real problem for you to continue to do any type of work in that area for a while. Many times those tears are documented well by running an MRI, and we'd have to get you to a doctor to do that, and then determining whether or not surgery is going to be necessary. There's different types of diagnoses. There can be minimal tears in there. There can be a full thickness tear, as they call it, in the rotator cuff. And again, the biceps tendinosis can come up where there's inflammation and that Popeye muscle is bulging out. Those are typically going to be situations where we're going to get you to that specialist, and we're going to look and see whether or not a surgical order is necessary and work with you to get you through the surgery or get you through the case, whether it's before the surgery or after the surgery, to get the case settled at a proper time after we get you diagnosed and treated. If you'd like to speak with me about your shoulder injury, the tears in your shoulder, the problems that you're having, please give me a call. I'm more than happy to speak with you. You can reach me directly at 770-351-0801. Thank you.